So everyone knows what investing is, right? You put an effort to gain a reward. You know, like you eat to gain energy. That's a reward. You watch entertainment to enjoy yourself. You do laundry to get some clothing. You listen to me to learn something. You go to school to maybe get better earnings. Now, what if you put an effort and you don't gain much back? That's a pretty bad investment, right? Now, for some people, going to college is a good idea, and for others, it's not a very good idea. And in particular, why it's a bad decision is because of student loans. There's a reported numbers of college graduates, like from various magazines, like New York Times, N+1, it's a very, very new magazine, LA Times, various news organization that says, a lot of college graduates, they go to a college and they end up with a large amount of debt, and they go into undemanding jobs like retail, parking attendant, or maybe they do like some jobs that are unrelated to their degree. And it's becoming quite clear that there's something wrong with a large amount of graduates who are not productive after all those years in college, and they don't really have much to pay back those loans. With rising tuition, and people treating college like something you must have, and shoddy lending practices, it seems almost like a housing crisis. It's, housing prices go up and up, and similar to tuition as well. It keeps rising and rising and rising. And, in this country, people believe that you must own a house, and similar to college education, you must have it as well. And, the housing crisis also had some questionable lending practices. And from this, similar to the housing crisis or a housing bubble, there's going to be an education bubble. There's going to be where everyone thinks, okay, I don't think college is going to be worth this much anymore. I want to take out a huge $100,000 loan, to go to college and maybe learn something that's not really useful in the job market. And there's going to be, I think, there's going to be some sort of uncertainty or crisis that's going to, there's going to be market forces, and there's going to be a correction that is going to make education it's going to cause a huge mess. Now, how would you know it's a bubble, or a bubble is going to come? Well, first, I'm going to show you that loans, they're quite a heavy burden on college graduates. And second, I'm going to try to show you some signs that there's similarities between the housing crisis and the upcoming education crisis or education bubble. And third, I'm going to talk about how Wall Street is going to, getting in on the action of student loans. Now, on to the first point. In the New York Times article, there's one particular example of a pharmacist that borrowed $150,000 in student loans, and he's going to have to pay back that in 20 years. And that's a really long time. And he's going to be living in an apartment and just, damn this stupid loan. And, many others, they don't really get a job as a pharmacist. They're going to be in far worse shape than that pharmacist guy. There's many problems with the loans, especially the private ones. High interest rate, and you cannot discharge a loan in bankruptcy. The heavy burden of the loans, and some college grads, they can't apply their knowledge, what they learned from their degree, to their job. It's really a wasteful investment, very, very wasteful investment. It's not looking good for the economy. You got people with debt, higher debt than credit card debt, and they just spend all this time in school just to be a parking attendant. very bad. And on to the second topic, which is the housing bubble and the education bubble. Is a lot of people, they don't question the value of college. They don't balance risk versus reward. They only see the reward, and they still think, okay, I'll just, I'll just take out this really huge loan and then go to school and, okay, maybe I'll just get a good job. That's not a very good plan. It's almost similar to the housing market, where people just, they see house prices go up and up and up, and they think it's worth it, and they keep buying into that. And eventually, the housing prices came crashing down, and I think college tuition is going to come crashing down in the future. The college, the tuition from 1978 to 2011, it rose 900%, which is way faster than what we normally earn, or even inflation. It rose way, way faster. And, it can only continue for so long, it's going to come crashing down. Now, the third part, Wall Street. Now, Wall Street, just like with home loans, with home loans, they package up the loans and they cut it into tiny little pieces, and they sell the little pieces to everybody. To people who don't really know what these loans are. And with student loans, the home loans were called CDOs, the cut up little loans. They were called CDOs, collateralized debt obligations. With student loans, they're called slabs. Student loans, asset backed. And if CDOs can do that to the economy, and imagine what slabs can do to the economy, because it's going to affect everyone. Because a lot of people are going to college and they're taking out loans, and it's not going to look good. So to summarize, the first point, which was about how much burden the loans was, it's gonna cripple the economy, because the economy is all about the people, and the people, they have all these knowledge, and they can't apply it to their job, and they have all these loans they have to keep paying back, and they can't spend the money on something better than just paying back the loans. And the second point, college tuition prices, they're way too high, because these colleges, they think that with high prices, students like us, they think, oh, this university is really prestigious, I have to go into there, even though, it may be not the best bang for your buck, to go into that prestigious college, or so it seems. And the third point, there's a lot of speculation with risky home loans, and now they're doing it with student loans. And, the students, if they can't pay back the loans, these loans are gonna be in default, and then the people who bought these loans, they're gonna be, with nothing, and then everything's gonna come crashing down again. And it's not gonna look good. So, there's other signs, but I think these three main points, or three signs, with Wall Street speculating, college tuition prices too high, and crushing debt on graduates, I think it's going to cause a future education bubble to come. So for now, at least for us, college students, we don't really pay too much, and we're not getting too little back. We're getting a lot back for what we pay for the classes. And if you're going to take student loans, keep what I say in perspective. Okay, thank you.
So Jonathan, what did you think?
I think he has a good idea. His ideas seem a little bit unclear at times. And it just makes the solution a little bit confusing, to me at least.